Thomas Jefferson offered us good reason to say no to big government. He said, if people let government decide what foods they eat and what medicines they take, their bodies will be in as sorry a state as are the souls who live under tyranny. He believed that a government big enough to supply everything you need is big enough to take away everything you have. The course of history shows that as government grows, liberty decreases. The disgraceful substandard medical care being given to our veterans is tragic enough, yet unfortunately there is another assault on our servicemen and women. Their Second Amendment right to bear arms is now also being attacked. That attack is represented in the form of H.R. 2640, also known as the Veterans Disarmament Act. What does this bill do? Well, it allows the government to place any veteran who has ever been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder on the federal gun ban list. It statutorily imposes a lifetime gun ban on battle-scarred veterans based solely on the diagnosis of a psychologist as opposed to a finding by a court. A division of the Department of Veterans Affairs has provided the FBI's National Instant Background Check System with confidential medical competency data on tens of thousands of veterans and beneficiaries for the purpose of denying so-called incompetent veterans the right to purchase or redeem a firearm. This bill fails to consider the statistics that people with post-traumatic stress disorder have the same rate for violent crime as the rest of us. Does this mean we all need to surrender our rights to bear arms? I don't think so. Nearly 140,000 veterans have already had their gun rights taken away as a result of a diagnosis of a mental disorder such as post-traumatic stress disorder. So we've given our veterans a catch-22. If they don't seek treatment, then they cannot properly heal and move on with their lives. If they do seek treatment, they are potentially surrendering their right to bear arms for life. What kind of a choice is that? Gun Owners of America has been leading the fight to protect all of our Second Amendment rights since 1975. Their organization, which boasts more than 300,000 members, has been warning its ranks that the proposed health care legislation would compile the information of Americans into a government database. The group says that by using this data, the government could deem a citizen, whether a veteran or not, medically unfit to carry a gun. It should be a concern of every American that their rights could be violated through this bill. So what can you do to protect the Second Amendment rights of veterans and all Americans? Stop by our literature table and pick up one of Gun Owners of America's brochures and join them in the fight to protect our right to bear arms. Our founding fathers included a passage in the Declaration of Independence that asserted our right of revolution. These timeless words still have meaning, especially today. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. When a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. So I ask all of you, is it time? Is it time to stand up and protect our unalienable rights?
Yeah.
Is it time to step up to the plate and get more involved?
Yeah.
Is it time to actively seek and support candidates who respect the Constitution?
Yeah.
Is it time to monitor and hold our elected officials accountable?
Yeah.
You better believe it is. Our founding fathers sacrificed their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor. Our veterans have put their lives on the line, making the ultimate sacrifice. So what will you do? Thomas Jefferson reminded us that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Albert Einstein told us the world is a dangerous place to live in, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. So today, I ask you to make a pledge to yourself, to your families, and your fellow Americans to get more actively involved in saving this wonderful country before it's too late. If you believe in the principles of individual liberty, limited government, sound money, free markets, and a non-interventionist policy, then you'll be right at home with Ron Paul's Campaign for Liberty. I would like to personally invite every one of you to join me in our peaceful revolution. Please take some time to visit our Campaign for Liberty booth, and I also invite you to visit my website, femalesforfreedom.com. It offers a one-stop shopping access for additional information. I'd like to end with a quote from my hero, Dr. Ron Paul, who continues to inspire liberty-loving people around the world. Let it not be said that we did nothing. Thank you.